Under Nigeria's many military regimes, telling the truth came with consequences. Journalists who refused to stay silent often paid a heavy price, and one of them was Dele Giwa. Let's rewind a bit. When the military returned to power in the 1980s, under Muhammadu Buhari, it came with a strict campaign to restore order. The regime launched a drive for national discipline and introduced laws to control public information. One of the most controversial was Decree Number 4, which made it an offense to publish any material that embarrassed a public official, even when the report was accurate. Several journalists were arrested under the decree, and the press learned to operate within strict limits. When Ibrahim Babangida overthrew Buhari in August 1985, he presented his regime as a more open and people-friendly alternative. Earlier that year, a group of journalists, Dele Giwa, Ray Ekpu, Dan Agbese, and Yakubu Mohammed, founded Newswatch magazine. The publication quickly gained influence through its detailed coverage of government policies and its willingness to explore sensitive issues. Dele Giwa, the magazine's editor-in-chief, worked as a news assistant at the New York Times before returning to Nigeria, where he joined Daily Times in 1979. In one of his articles that year, he wrote, "Journalism has gone past the stage in which all a reporter does is to report what a man says." As the head of Newswatch years later, he became the face of the magazine's fearless reporting in the pursuit of truth for the public. By 1986, the relationship between Newswatch and the Nigerian government had grown tense. Giwa was twice questioned by the State Security Service and the Directorate of Military Intelligence over stories that officials considered too sensitive. In mid-October, he was accused of plotting to destabilize the government, a common charge against journalists at the time. Days later, on October 19, 1986, a parcel arrived at his home in Lagos. It carried the official seal of the Nigerian government, and it came through official channels. When he opened it, the package exploded and he died from his injuries shortly after. The country was stunned. The investigation that followed produced confusion rather than clarity. Government officials denied involvement, and the case became the subject of many conspiracy theories. Giwa's shocking assassination marked the sharpest point in the long struggle between the press and the state. It also sent waves of fear across the media. Journalists who were used to receiving packages as part of their work began to dread them. Yet it wasn't the end of fearless reporting. Many journalists continued to challenge Babangida's regime until he left office in 1993, and they carried that defiance into the Sani Abacha years until Nigeria returned to democratic rule in 1999. But one question remains unanswered nearly 40 years later. Who killed Dele Giwa?